late.
I know, right? Listen, hey y'all, good morning. Happy Saturday. I hope everybody is doing well this Saturday. And look, this one was on me. Your girl was running late today. I was running late today. And so Mickey called me and was like, you late. I wasn't late then though, Mickey.
It was 5 minutes.
It
I
was,
told you it was gonna be
but I live
9:55,
like 6 minutes away.
and you was late.
Anyways, y'all, listen, I'm glad that y'all are here with us. If you can click like, share, and subscribe. Click like, share. Oh, and my shirt today is so listen, she has a event today over at Simmons Square off of Stedron, which is off of Clio Road. If you want to come eat and grab some burgers, some hot dogs, and um, some food and chat with her, she will be there. 1 to 3. Oh, and it's Simmons Apartments, and it's off of Clio Road, and it is between and it sits back. If you know what a Hamilton Clinic is, it's behind the Hamilton Clinic because a lot of people don't know. It's hidden. It's like a 3-story building, and it's apartments on the left and then the right. She'll be the ones on the right, and it'll be in the back in the picnic area. So, your girl gonna be on the grill. Mickey quiet. So no, actually, I'm not gonna be. I'll be by the grill, y'all. I'll be by the grill, by the grill. So come join us if you guys have some time. Elections are important, and this election, we need to make sure we have representation, especially with the fact that they're trying to. They want the lease with, and there's a lot that goes into Hasselbrink's lease. This is something that's very serious. It's very serious. I have been working with Hasselbrink and their board for about almost a year, to where the city is taking they lease. They first start off at 3,500, and then they were going to raise their rent to where at the end of 4 years, 4 or 5 years, it would be $5,500 per month, not per month. Okay. I don't think they got real estate downtown that costs that much. You can probably rent out the whole Tennessee Valley for that amount. I mean, just crazy. So this has been an issue. I've been working with the board of directors and some of the seniors over there, and this has been for over a year. It's a very involved community, and I'm watching how there are a lot of people involved, but I want to give you the good information and where it's coming from. So but we'll get into Hasselbrink later. But I do want to pay homage to. We lost two great men. I mean, James Earl Jones, the voice. Remember that Claudia? What's the
Was it
with
Claudine?
Claudine with Diane Carroll? She
Yeah.
had all them kids, and he was the garbage man. he
He
was,
lost
but he was,
everything.
yeah, but he was paying the bills though.
Yeah, he was.
He was with all them kids, and and what I liked about that show, it was a real part of it was Black love, but also it showed how the welfare system punished single mothers in that show because they were hiding the toaster, hiding TVs, because the welfare system, if you were a single mother, wanted you to be broke. And they would come to your house to survey, make sure, they would do home visits. They were making sure they were holding you down. And so Black single mothers face so many issues. And so in the movie, that depiction of it where he's coming over, they hiding the toaster, hiding the TV, was very real. They used to come to people's homes. They used to come. I don't know if they don't, they so low staff, that's not what they do. So I'm into some of the movies that
But he
James
also played in I'm
The
assuming
Lion
the one,
King, Coming
right?
to America.
That was a great one, but the one I really loved
It was Mufasa.
he always was Darth Vader too. People forgot
I
that.
know,
That,
I
that,
know.
that,
He was
that
Darth Vader.
classic too.
Yes,
People, but what I really like when he played in Clear and Present Danger. So I like a lot of them movies
that
like
was with
that.
Harrison Ford, wasn't it?
Yes,
Yep,
ma'am.
yep.
Yes, ma'am. See, I love them movies because he was what was he the Attorney General? I think one of them. Yeah, I love them movies like that.
But he also did theater,
Yes,
live theater. That is hard to do.
Mandingo he
So
played too.
Did he? He's played a lot. He was a true thespian.
Yeah.
He was a true thespian, and he will be missed. So the voice he played, he wasn't in that one. It was I can't even tell you everything. We'd have to pull it up. His movies, yeah, yeah, and that voice was
right.
just
You
it
know,
commanded and demanded respect.
because a lot can't go movies and go theater. You know,
No, right.
Do it live. That's what I gave so much respect to Rock when they started doing theirs live.
Oh, Rock was good.
Yeah, but not when they was pre-taping. It was still good pre-taping
right.
it, but that's a hell of a lot when you got to do it live.
Yep, I remember Rock.
Yeah.
That brother was a hot mess. He was, but Rock and it was a family unit. The daddy was gonna tell it like it is.
Facts.
You know, and then you still had a married couple, a black man and a black woman, who kept everything together. So James Earl Jones will be sadly missed. May he rest in heaven, and thank you for everything he has given the world of himself. So the second person that Cincinnati Jazz Festival will not be the same without Frankie Beverly featuring Maze.
Thanks.
He is the originator of what the white party should be, because he wore white for every concert.
You know why he's so great? How many albums did he do?
I don't even know how many albums he did, but
one album.
He has, I think, no, he got more than one album.
That album that they
Which
did
one?
With damn, what's the name of it?
We are one.
I just thought was it summer. No, that's not. I can't think of the name, but I remember T. Item used it, and they for ATL. They use, I can't think. Is it Southern Girl?
Southern Girl.
Man. Classics.
His music.
Classics.
And it doesn't go. Good music doesn't go out of style. It just doesn't. Frankie Beverly. Same day, but I think the James Earl Jones the day before. I think it was me. He may have been a day before. Died at the age of 77. He will be sadly and greatly missed. Yeah. Someone was doing a Frankie Beverly Maze Day to where everybody wears white. I had seen that. I meant to save it, and I didn't save it. My days be so busy, but we lost some great ones. I mean, you talk about a concert. A concert, he didn't, some of them concerts want you to get up, throw your hands up in the air, side to side, like this, don't care. Now, now you go there, you know the words, and you stand up, and people had used to be lighters. Now they do their phone lights. And it's just it's feel good music. It's feel good music. We need feel good things. Feel good things. And so, both of those men, those honorable black men, they were black legends. Black legends. They will be. I've been listening to Frankie Beverly. That's just been my thing. And then it's funny because we're coming up on Monday. Will be Councilman Eric Mays' birthday. And every time I think about it, I just get sad. Me and Jerry kind of have a thing where we the other person, we try not to mention his name, because despite our disagreements, and y'all, there were many, he never not once said, I'll be there to help. And he wouldn't be talking to me sometime. He might even been mad at me. And it's the same thing with me. Whenever he called, it didn't matter. I was going to be there. And this was before council. This was even before council. Before I was on council. When he didn't have no ride home, he had no driver's license. And he would call me and say, "Hey, what you doing? You at your office?" I'm like, "Yeah, all right, I'm gonna come down there. You got some wine?" He never drank the wine. I did, because I kept wine in my office, because I would be there like 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. But he never drank. But we would sit and talk politics and go over things in the community. So his birthday is coming up on Monday, and so that's gonna be. I don't know. I've been having some little moments about him. I don't know why. I had a, and it was. I'm gonna share this with. I had a dream. And I was like, after I had it, I'm like, my daddy was like, okay, was you talking to? I said, Daddy, he was like walking around an apartment, and there was some white lady who was like a government um, official or whatever. And he was like, well, look, don't worry about this. It's already taken care of. And I'm like, does anybody out there ever have dreams and you in color? Mickey, you don't? Are you serious?
No, I'm serious.
Really? Listen, are you serious?
I'm dead serious. You said, do I have a dream and they be in color?
Right. And you be talking. Do you remember your dreams when you wake up?
I don't know.
Real? Well, I do. A lot. Most times I do. And he was walking around, and we were sitting at, and I'm like, who apartment is this? Yeah, because it was not in the dream a familiar place. And somebody said that person was Doug. Y'all ain't right for that one. and so it was so real that that part, that it was like he was saying, and I was telling, it's like I was bringing him up to date what was going on. He said, I already know. And he said, don't worry, it's already taken care of. And I'm like, what do you mean it's taken care of? I'm like, I'm trying to tell you what's going on. He said, just be cool. And that was his little thing, just be cool. And I don't know, it was weird. And so somebody put in it, Lewis Smith says, I have mind altering dreams. See, Lewis, that's probably why we friends. And I told people that I think I've shared this, because when you Black, we have to keep it real. The numbers was a thing that everybody Black did. The number man came to your house like the insurance man. And so I had a number man, and I was like 6 years old, because that was just part, that was our culture, and it was at my grandma's house. And may she rest in heaven. And my grandma would do the rundown. She would take me to the card games with her. And
Granny knew how you dry snitching right now.
I know Granny in heaven. I know. Listen, I made money though. Yeah. How much money I made going to the card games with them women? They be like, well, grandbaby, and they digging they brassiere. And I would clean up as a little girl. I was coming home with 50, I think the most of it was $100 and some a night, because they would cook at the card games and do Polish sausage sandwiches, pops. Will grandbaby was making some money back in the day, okay? I was making that money. And them women would just, you had to be respectful. I knew my place as a child. I wasn't talking back. I wasn't getting smart. None of that. None of that. But I'm a Black woman. So that happened in my family. And so what I would do, because when I was a little girl, you had they would do the rundown with the numbers, and you got the dream books. I would play my dreams in the dream book. No, and I would hit. You can turn a nickel into some change now, okay? Okay, you can turn a quarter to some change, okay?
And now we can get some
wine. Hey. But I mean, I was really good at it. I stopped when I was about maybe 13, 14. I stopped doing like the numbers then. But because of a traumatic experience. But things come to you in dreams, and that is a fact for me. I mean, that's a fact. So anyway, Mickey tell me he don't have them. But people up here are saying that they have dreams.
I did have them. No, I had dreams, but I don't know.
See, John L. McFadden, you used the dream book to look up the dreams. Or your number man memorizes them. And my daddy.
Well, I didn't grow up around that stuff.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
You didn't grow up around numbers? Man, give me your Black card.
I don't know nothing about it.
You know nothing about that?
No, ma'am.
Okay, well, my family did. And I could turn a nickel and a dime and a quarter into some money. Okay. Okay.
Hey, I'm finding more out about Tonya.
So, is this what we do in Red Devil Dream Book? My dad ran numbers in the Flint for over 50 years. Yep, everybody got that dream book. Yep. So I think that sometimes I'm gonna speak for myself, that I know that it happens frequently. It's not something that I really, it don't make, as a kid, it used to bother me. And I think sometimes tested my faith at times. And as I got older, it's my norm now. And it's funny because I didn't say to my kids that I thought they were old enough. And I have 3 children. And I've asked all 3 of my children, do they ever have dreams, or, where people are talking to, you can, you can see things. And my 2 boys do. That daughter of mine, one to tell me something, she ain't having no kids. They gonna live their best lives. Not at all. Not at all. So anyway, and I'm not crazy, okay?
Nah, but it might have been, like you said, it might be something coming down. Have you
It
seen
was
what
something
happened in
that
New
was
York?
so emotional.
Have you seen what happened in New York?
Uh-uh.
How the feds going after the mayor's friend, the mayor of New York friends up in
I
New York?
haven't. I have.
Oh, yeah,
I
some good
don't
stuff.
cut my TV on to watch, and literally because I've got so many things I'm working on.
Right.
I don't cut my TV on.
Yeah.
My TV. I have not watched news really in a long time. What I do is, if my TV on, it's on YouTube Music.
Right.
It is not on TV. It's not on TV. So no. So tell me about that, because
No, I was just saying it where they were saying like the feds had rushed a couple of the mayor friends in New York.
Really?
Yeah. I was looking at that. I was like, wow. I was like, maybe that was.
I don't know. It was weird, but I know afterwards I felt very emotional about it.
Right.
And it was like, I don't know. It was very, I don't, it was, he kept saying, look, he said, just be cool.
Right.
And so I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, it probably got to play out. Like, how much more can you do? Like, you know what I'm saying? I just like, it's no secret what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So I do believe in due time. It just seems like sometimes justice is slow.
Oh, God. Cincinnati, their council people, Detroit council people. I think we did a show where we talked about, they just had one in Maryland. That council person there, 156,000 he had taken in with bribes or payments or whatever. So we do have, we do have, like you said, that the mayor of which I did not know about that one.
Yeah.
No, I take that, but not the friends. I heard about the mayor a couple months ago.
Yeah,
I didn't know about the friends. And I really haven't, like I say, kept up on,
And like I said, I just caught up on it like maybe a couple of days ago. I was like, damn, like I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, when you looking at it, it's even with, but I'm guessing the highlight as corruption being highlighted first. You seen it in Dalton, and
that Dalton, yes.
See what I'm saying? But it's like justice running slow, because even when you see a lot of people with Dalton going through, you said when they had to got an independent, came back and said everything, and they still looking, even with us.
And it takes time.
And that's the only thing to say. Be like, it can take 5 years. Just look at the water crisis.
Let me tell you, the water crisis. Thank you for, we can segue to this. And then I have not read, and everybody on here, thank you for tuning in and giving us your time on this beautiful Saturday morning. I appreciate I have not shared. I'm telling people to do stuff that I have not done. What?
Yeah, here in Cincinnati, they locked them all up.
Yeah, I know it was Cincinnati.
But it does take time. You know what I'm saying? It take time.
Yeah, and they were, I think 2. It was 2. Detroit.
Yeah, it take time.
Detroit.
You get caught.
Yeah, in Detroit, the they get paid 85,000, 85,000 a year.
The council,
City council. My job is basically full time because the need is so great here. You know, your girl be tired.
But that's the thing. I've been felt like maybe city council should have been a full time. I'm not saying
it is full time, just don't have to pay.
Right. But I feel like if it did, Flint's council should have been somewhere between with the type, you know, maybe between 40 to 45 to 50,000. I'm not saying that's a lot, but I do feel like it should be between 40, 45 to 50,000. And it should be
it should be above the poverty level.
It should be
this is literally poverty pay.
And it should be from Monday to Friday. Just say like 8 to 4 or 8 to 3, something like that.
Do you know what my hours are?
I already know. But I'm just saying, if you came in
7 days a week, people call me.
Yeah, but if you came in from Monday to Friday and y'all actually had a staff.
We don't have any staff. We are the staff. People are, because I take my laptop and iPad everywhere I go.
That's why I feel like when I was telling you earlier, some months ago, I was saying it wrong, and I do want to thank Julina for, I forgot what she was saying, but a community director, you needed something like these, like 5, 9 wards. Y'all should have, like how they got so many abandoned schools. Them should have been something for a community director, you know, that can come help service the need. Could have been like y'all staff, where you got a hub right in your ward where you at. Like, matter of fact, like you need a 6-ward hub where they could come to, like the block Cubs could come to and complain, where to send them to, because it seemed like it'd be, if you one person, you over 5 or 6,000 people, how you gonna do everything by yourself?
I'm doing it. I'm tired. I am taking a week off. I don't know when I'm gonna get this week off. I'm tired. Right. And then technically with our ward boundary issues, so I'm really covering now from Welch all the way to Miller Road, back to El Dorado, over to DuPont. And I do take them calls. And I have a personal relationship with a lot of my residents, to where a lot of things I want to know. I want to know hot spots. Like I had a shooting at 2732 Rascott. I had a shooting, the party guy who was the corner of Bradley and Sherwood, where he cussed out the deputy chief. He cussed out a captain of the police department. He didn't cuss out everybody. He had several shootings and fights, and he would charge $5 and put it on Facebook. He did, you know, but they shot him. They shot up his house. His kids was in that house. There were kids in that house, but he got shot. Then when he decided, I guess, to move out, because they know where he lived at, whatever he did, they over there with ski mask on, 92 degrees, with assault rifles, walking around the yard, you know, somebody was to drive by, trying to, you know, so he can remove clothes. And they did this like 2 or 3 days. And people were like, Tonya, this is what's going on. So the thing where we have to have is when we have a responsible mayor and our police chief, who is not taking my calls. And when I saw him at the council meeting, I said, you're not returning my calls. He told me, I know what's going on. Okay, I don't, and the residents don't. What in the entire whatever does that mean? Because people getting shot. People are getting shot. So when I'm calling you, you don't have I don't need to talk to you. Give me somebody who got some answers then. I don't care. I'm so angry with him right now that words really, I don't have words for him, because he has not been progressive enough. He has not stepped up to the plate. We got a whole damn hit list with kids on it. Kids. What are you doing, Chief Green? And I haven't spoke on it because I've been so angry. You send emails, you call, you text, not anything. Nothing. And so I had to stop him when I walked up that last meeting. I was running late. He was sitting up there in the corner. I said, I need to talk to you. I said, you're not returning my emails or my calls. What kind of police chief does not turn your shit when kids are getting shot? My community, they want to know what's going on. People are selling their houses. They are. Some people stay in Flint because they love Flint. They love it. You know, they don't want to move as they see certain parts of Flint growing. But there are people who saying, I'm tired of picking up gun shell casings. I'm tired of hearing the gunshots. I'm tired of them hanging and loitering at the corner store, and then a shootout occurs and they race down these streets. I'm tired of the house down the street or the house next door getting shot up. Or I'm tired because they tried to shoot the house up next door and some of the bullets hit my house. You have a mayor that is destructive. He is. He is. He even had which I told y'all, pastor, the pastor who was working with me on the mentorship program, nearly called him and Mayor Sheldon nearly called him and told him, do not work with Tonya Burns. I've been running mentorship programs for over 25 years. He told him. I ain't never called him before. This pastor had requested to do things with them. He had never called him. He called him to tell him, don't work with Tonya. Don't do that. And then tried to withhold some funding. His church ain't even in Flint. I don't care who it is, if you're helping and you're benefiting and doing what's right for the community. I'm gonna work with you and for you. But when you are threatening to our community and you would rather burn it down than help it, you need to be gone. He doesn't want people to help. Faith Grospec got fired, terminated, whatever it is at this point, because she was getting in-home plumbing for 50 residents. 50. $6,000 worth of free home plumbing because the pipes had been corroded. He said he told her not to work with the organizations who got the money to do it, and he fired her. His staff sits around and accept that. So when and let's set the record, I was not fired by Mayor Neely. He didn't have the kahunas to do that. He laid me and Jim Durian off. And I didn't put the slip up before, but you can check my receipts. Now, he probably wish he had fired me. And I say I got fired because every day he would call with some craziness. You know, what I tell you, I'm like, this man don't get off my line with this craziness. He had a great opportunity to do something great, and he didn't. Service lines are still not completed. We have a crime rate in the high. We have a uptick. Everything in the section of homicides is up. Everything. And I think overall it's even up 200% in one, 300%. You know, how are these kids getting these guns? Why don't we have a gang task force yet? We had a gang problem since he been there. We did. You know, when people say, oh, it was a shooting, I think last week, it's like on Averill and Lippincott. And what does everybody say? It is we know it's the Regency's. What's the new name? Midtown of them.
Okay, yeah,
sure. Right. And so now it's Midtown. So when we talk about how do we change our city, no one wants to live in a city where you don't feel safe. And the person in charge for that is Chief Green. Chief Green has the responsibility to make sure people feel safe. I've had a shooting on my street right at the corner. Literally had the telephone pole at the end of my driveway taped off down to the corner. 2 people got shot. I've had 3 people hit right there on Ballinger. I just had the shooting on Rascott. Now people was wondering what was the party on that was Sloan for the shooting on Sloan, which is some families, like 3 family homes there. I go there and talk to the family homes. And you could tell something was going to happen because I sent that in. You know, and you could tell these young kids, they beat up a neighbor down the street. He was drunk. But this young 18-year-old who needs to get involved in something, that he's going to take that energy and use it for something else. And that's they had a shooting. And I never go to bed at 10:30. I went to bed at 10:30, not this Friday, last Friday night. I never go to bed early. Not even, and I went to bed early, so because the shooting was basically around the corner, but in the 2700 block, and so I didn't hear it. And sometimes your body get tired because if it's in my ward or if it's something, and if it's a child, we have to be made aware because they suppress the information that's coming out. They suppress the information. They do. So the mayor went to the pastor and told him, don't work with me to help our kids. He went there to tell him, don't work with Tonya Burns to help our kids. But he ain't doing a daggone thing. Not a single thing. But he took time to call to tell them to not meet with me. That's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. So how do we get onto this? Because I get so far. I wasn't even gonna talk about Chief Green ain't got no plan and all these shootings happening in these kids. Then pissed me off. so anyways, how do we get to this? Listen, y'all, today's show will not be a scripted show. It will not be. It will not be. So, agenda items. Someone had posted it. I'm glad they had posted it. I think it was, I don't know, I think it was Eunice Jackson. And she had made a posting that we are not doing what we need to do as a council, and that we're not understanding that majority vote. I want to go over the next one. Would be they eating dogs video.
Okay, gotta be one of these right here. Hold up, you is terrible with that.
I know. I'm so Mickey. Your girl gonna take that's gonna be the one with Trump on the thing. But hold on. I want. I know we're gonna be. Your girl need a vacay.
I gotta find
okay. Yeah, it's up there. Right, that one. Yeah, but hold on. Don't play it yet. Yeah. So, you made me lose my train of thought.
When you brought it up.
So what was I on? Darn Mickey. I can't walk and chew bubble gum today. So agenda items. So people have been concerned, why don't they talk about certain things? Why don't they talk about the water, which the bump has talked about every single day? Why are we doing the 2/3 vote? Why are we not counting and stating that we have to have 6? Because on April 4th, 2024, we cannot put anything on the agendas according to these rules. Council cannot put anything on the agenda. The 2/3 rule does not apply. They changed that in the new goofy rules. So it is the majority vote. It is not like we getting all these crazy reconsiderations. A reconsideration used to be you had to have 6. Eunice, I'm glad you up there. So can you put that one up? So it is all of the it is why Riri, and then Eunice Jackson was the first one. The 2/3 votes for the question. They changed it in the rules. Now, they're not going off of Robert's rules. And so they put in the rules that the 5 of them, 5 rubber stampers, which includes Leon L. Alameen, is why you don't have to have 2/3 vote. Vote for Carol McIntosh. So the 2/3 vote is because in the new rules passed on 4-4. And so here's where I have asked for legal opinion. Legal opinion, Ben did it. Stated it is the 2/3. It's not the 2/3. It is the majority vote. They have the majority. So if you want to change it, vote for somebody who can get in that seat to change it. Vote for Carol McIntosh. Vote for Carol McIntosh. Vote for Carol McIntosh. If you don't want that no more, vote for Carol McIntosh. Here's another thing. All council members have the same or equal. We're all elected. I sent an email to Davina to have a discussion. about the water. And I asked her to either put it on special affairs or city council. Liddell Lewis, the president of Flint City Council, said no. And the other Candace Mushat said no. Now I'm guessing because it's from, it was mine. But I think Candace forgot I voted for some of her stuff to get done in her ward with some ARPA funds. But this is the game that they play, just nasty. And so, and my email was Winters I had discussed it with Winters. And my email was very simple because we need to be having updates. According to the Flint City Charter, the DPW and all department heads are required to come to city council. Liddell's so hell-bent on, you must follow the charter. Okay, well, they're supposed to come to give us the updates on what's happening in their departments, and that has not happened. You had the Mr. Miller actually put his name in the box to speak. I mean, they don't know what they're doing. So when we look at disorganized, a dysfunctional government, because the will of the people and the voices are not being heard, they're not being heard. And so I sent the email to the clerk. I said, greetings. Can we add to the Monday's agenda a 20-minute discussion from the DPW manager about the water quality, the state of the service line replacement, because the state took it over, y'all, and an update on the administrative order consent projects. And that's a total of 17 projects that we don't have any money for, but we need to know where they're at with them. Have they received any funding? We need to have him tell the public what the water quality is. We need him to state how many restorations that they actually have, because they ain't never known in the past since Karen Weaver left. They ain't known how many restorations we have. It was 1,500, 1,800, 2,500, 3,000, 8,500. They don't know since Karen Weaver left. And so to update on that, and then how many service line replacements have they done, and how many? Where's the state of Michigan at with completing them? Where's the state of Michigan at with paring down their list? Can we see a list? I want to see the list that the state of Michigan had. Liddell Lewis and Candace Mushat said no. I'm gonna sue the city council. I'm sick of their shit because this is ridiculous. So anytime we want anything on this agenda, we can't put it on. You're stopping me from doing my elected duty. My residents want to talk about something. I can't talk to Pfeiffer or any of them. We're breaking the Open Meetings Act. They need to read that one too. You cannot talk to, if I talk to you, Mickey, about, and you're a council person, I can only talk to you if I'm talking to you about the status of the service line replacement. I can't go talk to all the rest of them. And then they're not providing a place where we can talk about anything at the Flint City Council. They are suppressing the will of the people. My residents want to know what the hell is going on with the crime. I can't call Chief Green up there to find out, which we should do in an open session. Why? Because number one, fentanyl is an issue. Shootings. The East Side is a whole problem. They stay in that, keeping the community informed. Stay in there. And you stopping the will of the people. So you're telling me that as a council person, you approve what I talk about with the council body. That's not what you do. I was elected. You can't stop the will of the people. So I have to go back to tell my people they're refusing to let it be on the agenda. Look, they're refusing. Okay? Refusing. You can't do that. You're stopping the will of elected people. Your vote, your voice is no more powerful than any of them. They're all equal, 9 wards. That's why each ward has the same amount of people. That's why every 10 years we make sure there's the same amount in each ward. They don't get it. And y'all need to be out there voting. First ward has a chance to turn this around, or our voices will not be heard. They will not be heard. Sometimes you got to do what's best for the will of the people as a whole, for the country. That's why Biden stepped down. He knew his numbers was bad. He stepped down and said, look, Kamala, you're going to have to do this. They convened. She's our best shot. It is the will of the people. What's best for the country? What's best for Flint? When I ran for my city council seat, it was so many people in that race. Nearly put so many people in that race. It was, who all was in there? You had Claudia, Leslie Haney, Claudia Perkins, Leslie Haney, Chris Del Maroney. You had Nina dropped out, I believe. I think there was four, and then I was 5. And he put so many people in that race. All them people were with him at the time. He had 4 people in that race against me. Then when I won the primary and I won the general, because I worked my behind off, and I'm still working my behind off for the people. I am. And then we had, y'all remember Chris Del Maroney walking up to that podium every time. My name is Chris Del Maroney, DELMARONEY. He was, because he decided to be a write-in. He did. Then you had Leslie Haney. After you lost the primary, she wanted to be a write-in. So Neely had convinced 2 people to still be write-ins to go into the general against me, to mess with the numbers. So there were 2 write-ins after who won, which is their right. You know, I would never tell anybody you can't be no write-in. But the 2 of them, and Chris used that podium every week to spell his whole name out. He spelled his entire name out. He lost the primary, but he was deciding that he was going to run, which you have the right to run. And his thing said that he said he would tell people that, you know, people don't want, they're not happy with neither one of them. We're talking about me and Claudia. You know, they don't want Claudia or Tonya. Chris, you lost. You lost. Okay. May he rest in heaven, because he didn't pass on. But he spoke about, he, you know, him and I, you know, we still talked, even though he was still a write-in. I mean, we still, you know, talked about issues and things that that Rutherford parking ramp was the issue. And he ended up giving me his support. You know, he would be at meetings, you know, but he did run the race as a write-in. Yeah, but after that, he said, I'm gonna get a gig up. But that could have been very serious with the numbers. You know, he had 4 people in that race against me. That's a lot. So, okay, did you hear that Dr. Patel's comment about the first? You know what, Deborah Overman, let me tell you, I heard him, and he don't live here. God bless his heart or whatever. I don't believe that, because the people voted. The people, first of all, Leon, I don't think that they rigged that one. I don't, because you had 6 people in that race, and they all got a portion of that. So I don't think so. We got to quit saying for people who can vote. People from outside can help, and they support, and I appreciate your support. When it comes to the voting part and trying to sway people, voters, you really have to be here to understand, or to be able to see through the eyes of that person. You have to. And I don't know Mr. Patel where what state he's from, but bless his heart too. But I think that we have to understand with our community, you know, we have a lot at risk. And not just, and I'm gonna tell you, we look at ARPA funds. ARPA funds came from the federal government. Congressman Kildee fought to give that, which Mayor Neely don't like Congressman Kildee because he didn't support him. He supported the other lady. Was it McDonald Rivet? He mad about that, which, you know, the UAW, so everybody supported her, you know. And I think it's very real that people understood Mayor Neely has a image problem in the city of Flint. People don't feel he cares. This is the same guy calling the pastor saying, don't work with time to help our youth who are getting shot, our youth who are at risk. What kind of person would do that? So when we talk about elections have, there's a cost to an election. That ARPA funds, we allocated. That ARPA committee voted on them. Leon was on the ARPA committee. They said he dropped off, but I don't know what he voted on. They were meeting secretly. If you go back, y'all, because I was telling y'all, they was meeting at the library, and I was telling y'all, and what was they coming up there and telling us at council meetings? They were not meeting. You had an administration lying to the city council that the ARPA committee was not meeting, and they were meeting and having catered meals. They had catered food in too. They had catered food coming in, and they were meeting. And when I would ask at council meetings, they would lie. I'm gonna call it what it is. They would lie and say they weren't meeting. So there's no transparency. We don't trust our government because of lack of transparency. We just don't. We don't trust them. And so when we talk about how do we move this city forward, we got our work to do. But when we talk about how many of our 3 of our council people are affiliated with nonprofits. 3. They just are. And so they are set to get there. Look, there are resolutions that are filled out for them. Liddell has got first 50,000, then the 25,000, and that one was back on the agenda. And for Cyrus Park to get two payments. I gotta look and see what Leon's is. I think his is through his Maid Institute. But if you look, we put up the check register where he received, what was it, like $38,000 to his name, in his name. We had that. And I think there was the what was it? 810 Flint had that one also. They had pulled that check register and they had it up. Yep, I do. So I'm gonna try to find that one from 810 Flint. But when we look at how they're getting paid, Flint ain't getting enough. The residents aren't getting anything. And I do want to say, I don't have the banner, but there is a program that everyone needs to be at every Tuesday. Hasselbrink, there's $20 million. Althena McKay is working with Arthur Woodson, and I will be supporting what she's doing, 20 million, and they want to use $10 million to do in-home plumbing. And I am supporting that. And it's not just that, it's other ways that we can use that money and to be creative. And so this 20 million can be used. You guys need to be there. It's Tuesday, 6:00 for the next 7 weeks, because it's 8 weeks of meeting with the people. It will be at Hasselbrink Center, 6:00 to 8:30, and you need to be there. I have been sharing the flyer on my page for over the past week, over the past maybe 10 days, and that if you look, it was small businesses there. There were concerns of the community, and it's a good input to where they get to kind of like mold. And when you go over the check boxes, and I forgot to bring the sheet, y'all. You will, I forgot to bring the sheet, and Flint checks all the boxes for the money that could be received, and so Flint is a good candidate to receive the money, and so you need to be out there next Tuesday, Hasselbrink Center, 6:00 to 8:30. And it's a community conversation, and you got to do the work. And the grant is for $20 million. So it's $20 million. And I am supporting it. And it is Althena McKay. And she's working with Arthur Woodson on it. So for y'all who think I don't care for Woodson, I will work with Woodson, and Woodson will work with me. This is about the public. And that's all. I'm gonna send this one to you, Mickey. But y'all need to be there, because money doesn't trickle down into our pot. It just doesn't. It just does not trickle down into our pockets. So I just sent it to you. So I want to put up, when we talk about the council members, somebody said, Riri, can you read anything from the viewers, council members, and the residents? I don't know what that means. I'm sorry, Mickey. I didn't do Mickey a loop. I didn't do him a loop. I
This
threw
one.
you a loop. It should be the last one. 'Cause I want to show. There we go. The check register. So 810, and I think it's a young man named Xavier. Thank you for doing the work. So as you can see on there, yeah, bro that one up. So residents don't receive anything. And so there's other funds. I think that when we look at the work that he does on redoing the houses, the homes look good, but you don't need to be. I have a problem with him being on council. I got a problem with his demeanor, actually. I do. Okay, so we look on there that he has received money in his name, not his institution's name. He received money in his name. One was for 30,000, as you see in the red outline. Go to 810 Flint too, and you will see it's in his name. Leon L. Alameen. And he received one for 30, was it 30,000? And then another one was for 8,000. So I had the full one up, which would be in our what's the name. That one is cropped. I don't know if we could, if we click on them, it would show the thing, or we click on them separately, where it will show the amount. There we go. Look, yeah, highlight that. He got 30,000 in his name, not his nonprofit's name. It's in his name. It's in his name. Y'all see that's the big screen, big screen. That is, he received it in his name. How you gonna vote for somebody who does not, his interest is his own interest? Simple as that. I've never seen them pay somebody in their own name. And when you have a nonprofit, it's the institution, it's the nonprofit. It's the nonprofit. And then he had another payment. I think that one was 8,000. I was told they told him to get his other funds. He needed to take it. Attorney Kim advised, is what I was told, Liddell to take her name off, so that, when you hear Judy say, well, yeah, 8,750, that is legal. She can get money because she's not the director of it, but she's on the bank account and she was the originator. Who cares about the title part? You and I showed y'all her Laura information. She is still the originator. Liddell Lewis is. It's a conflict of interest. She's on the bank account. You can bet that. Yeah, and so when we look at these now, when she first started receiving money, her name was as the director. Let's be clear. Her name was the director. She changed it. So when you got a city attorney telling people how to get around the law, just grimy. Just grimy. Just grimy. So y'all saw it for yourself. We need people who are gonna work for the people, who not there to use this as their hustle, so that we can get the work of the people done. We need to get the work of the people done. So I ain't been in any of the comments. Somebody wrote some comments, and I don't know if Mickey been putting them up. Can we scroll? But the love of the root is all evil. Praise. Okay, because y'all, look, I be busy over here. Look, charge it to, I can't multitask to see everything when he's putting them up, because there's other things. And so it's all no shame game. No, ain't no shame game. Hey, no name. So there is no shame. There is none. So listen, I want people to say, be there at Hasselbrink next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, 6 to 7:30. 6 to 7:30. And there's $20 million that to receive the money. Flint checked all the boxes. Matter of fact, I think we checked some of the boxes 2-3 times with what our need is. So Riri, Tonya, you, Jerry, and Jeffrey can really change the way that you address your colleagues, because it almost looks like they bait you guys and you bite the line. Okay, so I'm gonna speak to that. We let a lot of stuff go. Y'all don't even hear. y'all don't hear. And so I'm not going to sit in my seat and be mute. That is not what my people elected me to do. I'm not going to do it. And I think when we look at being reserved, it's so much corruptness up there. Just like Dennis said at the last meeting, he's had a lot of things at that last meeting. You can't just sit there and be silent. It ain't baiting, we addressing it. You know, and I get people like, well, don't let Tonya say Doug. And no, some things I'm going to address him. All the times, most of the time I don't. He send me emails. His friends send me emails. I mean, just crazy stuff. He come up there. Most times I don't even address him. What he does not get from me is the angry temperament that he wants. I don't give them that, but I'm absolutely going to address it. Just like Pfeiffer should have. And when the Pfeiffer addressed it, you didn't hear me address it. I did not. It was taken care of. It was handled. He handled it. Now, Jonathan is really very reserved. He was even reserved when Liddell said, you're going to be out here ignorant. I said, point of information, because decorum is the big thing. And he said, Tonya, don't say no. No, just let it go. Just let it go. I said, no, because where does it state we have to let them talk to us like we trash and dogs? I'm not doing that. I wasn't raised like that. And I didn't raise my children like that. Not at all. You know, they come there and it's just, y'all don't even hear the stuff that be going on. And I'm going to tell you this last meeting. Listen, what they say, I'm here for the comments or the popcorn. Quincy was going off that entire meeting. The entire meeting.
He was cussing.
He was.
The whole time.
And his mic was hot a few times.
No, but if you go look, not to cut you off, I do want to address that question. Go look how Michael Freeman left yesterday from the mob board. Who really want to sit there and they had they votes?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Then he want to holler out the peanut gallery. You know what I'm saying? The president. So
Andy Overman.
Yeah. So
it was a piece of work.
Right. So you gotta look. I get it, cause look how much could and I mean, damn, I just forgot his name that quick. Mike Freeman can take before he got up and said, "I'm out."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think, and I guess a lot of people don't see that in council. Why you can be frustrated when you sitting up there, you being silenced. You can't talk about this. And this.
We can't even. I can't put on the agenda to talk about crime and water. What I'm sorry. What's more important? So how do I sit there and be quiet about that? And I have not cussed out any council member yet. I mean, I'm not. I have not. I'm not gonna say yet. I have not. I try to use my words. I don't even think have I cussed. I don't know, but when JWC said that's when I had messed up my knee. And when I heard her, I would hear May's cuss, didn't bother me. I was used to that, his tone and, and so when I heard JWC say, she was like, what? I was like, oh Lord. I'm like, Steph, I gotta go. I gotta get out here with Jerry because Jerry was upset. We endure much more than everybody sees. That's why I do this show so that people will really know there's what we bring and then there is what happens behind. And y'all like, I keep my mic on. And JWC, Jerry Winfrey Carter, cut my mic off all the time. She be like, cut your mic off. I'll leave it on because I don't know. I work for the public. What? Sure, Mickey, can you ask Tonya where the $40 million of ARPA went to since Quincy said it wasn't moved to general fund? Now, y'all know I put up that whole resolution that stated it went to general fund. Quincy wasn't feeling well. He hasn't been feeling well. And so he went off on a couple people. It was a resolution. It was a resolution. And I've put it up before. So I didn't hell no you haven't cussed yet. He said I would have been censured for a year. I got censured for saying Liddell wasn't a nice person, and she's not.
Yeah, I'm still.
Literally, that was the words I used. She's not a nice person. And I'm going to the Michigan State of Appeals Court. My judgment won. They're trying to overturn the judgment of Judge Brian Pacquiao. They're trying to. So, anyways,
I was looking at one when it's about why ain't nobody on the ENA board went to the about Doug being in their mailbox.
Listen, there is a letter, and I want to be very clear as he gets up there and tell these lies that from a licensed attorney, practicing attorney with a P number, which I thought I forgot to get. I had a lot going on. And this attorney has stated Carol McIntosh was, along with Danielle Green, were dropped from the case. They were dropped from the Anita Stewart case. They were. And that's a fact. So he's just spreading lies.
Yeah, because he said Miss Billy Dashler was off the ENA board, but she happened to be there.
I don't give him no time on. He said, let's just end this with this. Oh, let me do the two things with Carol. One, Carol and Danielle Green were off of the board, and that's just a fact. Secondly, Carol didn't even vote. She wasn't even there. She didn't even vote for Doug. Vote yay or nay, yes or no for Doug. And so how he tries to gaslight this community is very shameful. And he wants to be relevant. Let him be relevant. Half the time I could care less about if all I had to do at 70 something years old would come up and stir some crap up at city council, then I would be living a meaningless life. A meaningless life. And what was the other one about Billy being there? Yeah, because he felt very confident that she was off and she was there. I got to watch that meeting. I had another meeting at that same time. But how embroiled he is into Flint, and he's not from Flint. He's not from Flint. But I think he moved here maybe 5-6 years ago. And he skips up there. I'm the good public servant. No, you're not, because you're very divisive in your tactics and you spread misinformation. So enough about him. Enough about him. So I'm going to go on to the debate. The debate was this week, and of course, I went to a debate party. I was going to watch it in my living room because I really like to sit by myself. And because this is serious to me, because if we have the federal government gives money to us, by the time it trickle down, we need to know how to allocate the money. They will tell us and give us guidelines, like the ARPA fund guidelines were given. No guidelines say make sure that city council members with nonprofits get the money. No. And so I have a problem with that. So getting a president, we have to make sure, and this is one thing the Republicans have started to do. They put people at every level, even if they never had any experience before in politics. Judy, never. Nobody never heard anything Judy ever did in the city of Flint. Never. Judy ran against Kate and she won. And so they're putting people who have their best interest as the party in. And we have to make sure that we have people who have our best interest on that city council. They could send $1 billion here. And until we get 5 votes from 5 people who really care about Flint, 5 people who are not hustling Flint, 5 people who aren't trying to silence the voice of Flint, it ain't gonna make no difference. It ain't gonna make no difference. Vote Carol McIntosh, First Ward. And that to me is a big issue. So I'm gonna go back to the debate. So the debate, I watched by myself at the McCree. They had a watch party. I sat up in the first chair, the left-hand side, because I wanted to be close to the screen. I wanted to see what was going on. I wanted to watch the debate and to focus. But yeah, put that one back up, Mickey, because listen,
Ain't no music in there.
No,
Okay.
ain't no music in that one. Yeah, no, it's just them talking. Mickey got me on music punishment. He better give me my own music. Give me my own music. Turn down for what?
That almost had me.
Turn down for what?
One right here, right?
Yeah. So the debate, it has some interesting moments in it. When she first started out, she walked over to him to let him know, my name is Kamala. Kamala, not Kamala. You know, not all that he purposely mispronounces her name, purposely. And so, let's play that one, please. Can you do the full screen?
Sure.
In politics in this country. Mr. President, you recently said of Vice President Harris, quote, I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. I want to ask a bigger picture question here tonight. Why do you believe it's appropriate to weigh in on the racial identity of your opponent?
I don't, and I don't care. I don't care what she is. I don't care. You make a big deal out of something. I couldn't care less. Whatever she wants to be is okay with me.
But those were your words. So
I don't know. I mean, all I can say is I read where she was not black, that she put out, and I'll say that. And then I read that she was black, and that's okay. Either one was okay with me. That's up to her. That's up.
I want to move on now to race and politics.
I'm sending you some. Can you put that up next? It should be at the bottom, yeah. So here's the thing: as a black woman, why we always got to justify everything we do? Our color, our size, our hair. And it's so funny. I wore my hair, I pulled it up. I got up to the podium and said, because one Tonya Burns, you run your hair like my mama. So everything we do is black women, and I love Ariel. Ariel was just being, he was funny. And so my point was saying everything that black women that we do, we are judged. We're not feminine enough. We're too masculine. Well, some of them have to be too masculine because they're tired of paying all the bills in the house. If you're making me go out to work, raise the kids, run the kids around, pay the mortgage, pay the car payment, pay the insurance, pay the groceries, and go shopping and cook a meal, you're not allowing women to be in their femininity. You're not allowing us to be feminine when we're doing all the work. You know, well, look, women get tired. They get tired. So getting back to, let's put that up. So he's talking about her blackness. You know, the color of my skin has been a topic and a issue. I guess I ain't black enough. I don't know what the melanin in my skin makes me black. Look, my birth certificate makes me black. Okay. So I was by Doug Matt. Make it big, Mickey. So I was questioned about my blackness by Doug. So Doug Matthews stated, hey, snake bite, fermenting racial hatred again. Just another day at the office. By the way, your avatar is pumpkin colored, not black. Why do racist men always want to talk about a black woman's color? Why? Here it is. He felt so comfortable in the chat to mention my color. Same thing as Trump. What does my color have to do with anything? You know, he's just so disrespectful. Hold on, Riri, time is silent. I know that it's hard to take Doug, Candace, the other thing, but the important part is the residents. Thank you, Riri, and I never lose focus of the residents. Trust me, I don't. I mean, and I've had people tell me I need to pull back, that I do too much, that my availability is too much, that when I get a call 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, I should not be answering my phone. I should have my phone cut off, and I don't. One, I keep it on because my parents are older, and my parents have had some medical issues. And so I need to be, I'm like old school. I keep I keep at least a fourth of gas in my car. Half a tank means I need to get gas, really. A fourth means that's my E. And I'm there for my community. I had a party. Literally, they said they was twerking butt naked, some of the women on Rascop, and the residents called. And it's my responsibility and my duty as a council person. And literally starting at 1 till about 3 a.m., I took them calls and I go over, I hop in my car and go over. And my residents appreciate, they appreciate it. The shooting where the guy, they end up shooting him. I've been over there, Sherwood and Bradley. I mean, I can't, y'all know where I be. In some of these places, and that ain't even, that's probably one fourth of what you see. But thank you, Riri. The residents are always my number one concern. And it will, I have, and I'm not trying to sound cliche, but it is a good little thing to say. I have one client, and it is the residents. And I get that. And that is what I stood on, what my residents asked for. My residents said, hey, we need Milbourne Street paved. We need Ballinger. Ballinger was a mess. And they kept having this little hole by the Burger King that you could lose a tire in, or your right front end. They want Ballinger paved. They wanted speed humps. They wanted Thomas Street paved, Orchard Street paved. They wanted the portion of Donaldson paved. They wanted sidewalks. I've accomplished all of those things, despite working with it wasn't easy. I'm gonna be honest with you, because this administration does not work very well, I'm gonna say with me. So through all of this, the things that I was still able to accomplish, I had 3 people hit, 2 people passed away. I passed an ordinance to make sure for reckless driving that we hold people accountable, and then we can take that car if they are caught gliding, sliding is dangerous, and the city has a right to auction it all. So these are things that working on the reckless ordinance, but it was a problem. I said 2 people got killed on Ballinger. And so for me, it will always be the people. The people are my client, the people who elected me, and the people. Now, I'm quite sure there's no 100% who like Tonya Burns. I know that, but my residents know I'm going to work hard for them. And I take calls from all over the city. I don't, it doesn't matter. If you're calling me, it's easier just to answer that call and take the call than for me to call somebody else, tell them to take the call. It's just a lot easier. So, getting back to this election, I am supporting Kamala Harris for president. And when people say, well, why are you supporting her? Well, the opponent we used to have, because one of them is on the city council of New York now, who was the Central Park Five that became the exonerated Five. And while Trump is president, he made statements that he was not, they did not deserve the money for being wrongly accused, and that they shouldn't be paid any money. Because what was the settlement? Was it a total like almost 40 million or something? Yeah, the exonerated Five. Because they went from the Central Park Five, where he took out the full page ad, they call them rabid dogs and everything. And then it came to be later that now they are the exonerated Five. And he made those statements. I'm a mom of 2 Black boys, and anything could happen. Just like Javion McGee in North Carolina, he's from Chicago, was hung in a tree this past week in Henderson, North Carolina. So when we say his name, Javion McGee, hung in a tree. He was hung in a tree in Henderson, North Carolina, and they're not talking about it. They're not talking about it. Say his name, Javion McGee was hung in the tree. My son, and he's a truck driver. My son's a truck driver. What? Council, did the purchase of a bright white garbage truck stamp City of Flint? Yes, we did. Now I'm gonna tell y'all who didn't support some of this the stuff for the blight department? Liddell Lewis. She did, because she wanted to come out of a different bucket. They had already had the truck. I'm gonna give all shouts out to my guy, Arnold Brown, because he does a good job with his crew when they're cleaning up. I didn't know him for how old is my daughter? Before my daughter. I didn't know him since the 80s, the early 80s. And then I remember he used to be my garbage man when I lived on Castle Lane. And him and my husband were really good friends. And so Arnold Brown is my guy. I owe him a pound cake. But I gotta bake it. I don't even have time to cook now. And so getting back to the why I'm not supporting Trump. Central Park 5, the now exonerated 5, and one of them now serves on the City Council of New York City. And so I think that is awesome to live what they went through. I couldn't imagine, being in prison, being charged, being labeled as a rapist. Imagine what they went through in prison. They hadn't been to prison. So that's one reason. Two, I think the respect for women, grabbing them by their yoo-hoos, and all you got to do when it was talking to that reporter on the bus about the disrespect that he had for women, his misogynistic behavior. Number three, his remarks toward John McCain, just disrespectful. He should have been a better soldier. If he was a good soldier, he wouldn't have got caught. He was a prisoner of war, and he could have been let go, but he said, nope, I won't do it until we everyone get out. And he wouldn't do it. Senator John McCain, a true war hero, a true one. Trump dogged him. And I had an argument literally with a veteran, and he come calling me, and I wouldn't comment on his page. I made one comment. I did say, I'm just here for the comments because everybody else ate him up, because he said he supported Trump. And he said he was going to see Trump on Tuesday, and he had his tickets. I just put, wow. I'm like, man, you got people out here calling me because you're going to see Trump. What is you thinking? One, you a veteran. Two, Trump just did a thumbs up, did a whole photo op at Arlington Cemetery, what they call sacred ground. He did a photo op. Who does that? He's a draft dodger, never served. He is a draft dodger, never served. He filed bankruptcy, 5 or 6 times? And he was like, oh, well, that's not on the people. Yeah, who do you think absorbs that? It ultimately comes back to the people with higher prices or higher interest rates, or however these banks or institutions do. They gonna recoup their money. I told him reproductive rights. I have one daughter. This person has one daughter. I said, do you want someone legislating her reproductive rights? Do we really want that? Yeah, and I sat back and just listened. But every time I talked, he wanted to cut me off. I'm like, man, you my dude, but you get in a fight, I'm fighting with you. I'm gonna support you, but not on this one. Absolutely not. I will not. When I look at what he did, and we look at Dick Cheney, I ain't never cared for Dick Cheney, Mr. Republican, Mr. Conservative Republican Party. Dick Cheney wanted to be president. I don't know if he ever ran because he was the VP. I know he was having some heart problems, some other things, but look, whatever a cardiologist he got, everybody should get, because Dick Cheney's still alive. But Dick Cheney is voting for Kamala Harris. He is the VP. He was the VP. For him to come out and say that. Now, his daughter, Liz Cheney, they dragged her. And that crazy Marjorie Green, whatever, bleached, blonde, bad, built, butch body. Jasmine Crockett tore her up with that one. Just like, oh, not today. Look, let me just, I'm going to let her speak. But girl, I'm going to get you. I'm going to wait for my time. So is that something like a bleached, blonde, bad, built, butch body? Like, go on, Jasmine. She got her together. But they treated Liz Cheney, so bad, so terribly bad. And now her father, for Dick Cheney to come out, Then when they said, you know what, 200 people did not support him, of the high officials and the generals. Now, when Kamala said, they said you were a disgrace, I was like, well, okay, oh, hold, put that one up. The Central Park 5 settlement, I thought it was 40-something million. The Central Park, thank you, Farron Johnson. The Central Park settlement was 44.9 million. And he said not pay him. The name title, because we know names and labels stick. They do. And so they received 44.9 million as they settlement. And Trump said don't pay him. He refused to call them the exonerated fine. He refused to. I mean, these were young Black men. They were like, they was out wilding. They raped them like some rabid dogs, and they're just animals. Yeah, okay. Let's talk about his father not having. They didn't want Black people. She may be a AKA, but his daddy was the KKK. They didn't allow Black people to rent or buy their properties. They did not. They did not. So I am supporting that. Is she perfect? Absolutely not. I'm tired of this expectation where people think Black women have to do everything perfect. Everybody make mistakes. I make mistakes. I'm probably gonna make some more because I learned from what I've done wrong. I've learned, and I can share my experiences with other people. Nobody is perfect, but they, for some reason, want her to be perfect. And here's the thing. She wasn't elected. Who you think was on the ticket that was elected? Okay. Biden, and they ran together with Kamala Harris. She was then Senator Harris. And how she handled them in them hearings, she handled them when she was doing them hearings. And so she was elected. She was selected, not elected. She had been elected to office. Y'all need to find a reason to support her with the many reasons you find trying to find to disqualify her. Stop disqualifying Black women. So what? She ain't got no kids. My daughter ain't got no kids. My daughter's married to a white man. Woo! You find love where you find love. You just do. And so we need to stop. She need to find a brother. Okay, you find whoever. That I'll stay out of people's bedrooms because it's too much happening. Like Shay. Although we was all in his bedroom trying to find the recording and everybody Googling it. Stay out of people's bedrooms. I am supporting Kamala Harris and Tim Walz for president. I am supporting them. And I'm supporting Carol McIntosh for first ward, because if Kamala Harris gets some money, we get it down to the city council for 5. We don't have 5 votes to help y'all. We don't have 5 votes. We simply don't. We need 5 votes. Right now, we got 3 people who are associated with nonprofits. We need a solid 5th vote. We do. So before Trevor, I'm not getting ready to get into that particular. She got a whole go. You go, and I love you, Trevor. And I don't appreciate somebody saying you was a racist or something, because you are not that. I don't know who said that, but you are not. But I want to say this too. She has a whole bunch of policies. You can Google them. I think I put them up before. So I like let me give you right off the bat. One, that she's talking about giving homeowners money. One, J.D. Vance's idea of child care was to have grandma, grandpa put in some extra time for child care. A very unrealistic. She's talking about giving a real child care tax credit. And people say, well, the border. We had a Republican-controlled Senate or Congress who wouldn't pass anything that Biden, when she tried to do for the border. Now we got the Republicans who be blocking, just like Sheldon Neely. He will burn down the city if it's not something he's gonna get credit for. Just like he don't want me to work with the pastor to help the kids. This kid's getting shot, killed. They're not recovering from that. So when people say, what are her policies? They're on there. She has a whole bunch. I had put them up last week. I'll put them back up on you can Google them. She got real policies. Now, what he has is he likes to talk about people. She ate him for lunch on that debate. He got his boat rocked, okay? She commanded that stage because he wasn't even man enough, and she's a lady, to walk over to shake her hand. The disrespect. And I'm gonna tell you where you generally see that. You generally see that with racist white men who don't respect Black people, male or female, that they don't acknowledge you even by a simple handshake. He came out the gate wrong. We have to have love over country and make it be about the people. If I liked Colin Powell, you know, and at one point I would have General Colin Powell, I would have voted for him. It is country over people. Country. I just don't. He does not have a pathway with all this. Remember when he was saying drink bleach for COVID? I mean, the memes were good back then. He fumbled the COVID. Toilet paper, you couldn't even find toilet paper. The mere thing that you couldn't find something to wipe your behind with. He fumbled that, telling people, drink bleach. He didn't. He had everything available to him that we did not have. We didn't have. So I'm off of that. I love you, Trevor. I don't think you are racist. Not at all. I don't know who said that goofy crap. I honestly don't know who said it, but if you want to tell me who said it, you know, I would appreciate it. You are not. I have a love for you. And let me say this, Trevor. You did serve your country, and thank you for your service. And Trevor is a proud veteran. He served his country. But that draft dodger didn't, Trevor. I'm just going to say that. He didn't. And then when he stood at Arlington, that was disrespectful. What he said about John McCain, I will never forgive and I will never forget what he said about John McCain, who was a prisoner of war. And he talked about his hands because what they had him when he was in the prison camps over there, that his arms, they kept him with the arms tied behind his back. And so he had problems. And he talked about him and made fun of it. Not funny, not fun. He talked about Marco Rubio. Little Marco Rubio. He taunted him. And then this fool is out there protecting him and giving after, doing the spin room. Ted Cruz. He dragged Ted Cruz's wife so bad, called her all kind of ugly women. Look at that face. Could you kiss that face? He dragged Ted Cruz. Lindsey Graham. He dragged Lindsey Graham. Little Lindsey Graham. He talked about him. So no respect for the men who are supporting him, not at all, because they dragged the men on everything that they stood for when they were part of the old Republican Party, which was conservative. He dragged them, and he didn't care. All this crazy drink bleach to get rid of COVID. Man, get out of here. Okay. I'm done with that part. But before we leave, Mickey, Club Shay Shay.
That's my new move now.
Listen. What about that? Move. Yes, sir.
That's what I'm coming. I'm coming with that. Michelle.
But what about when the Michelle said yes, sir? That sounded like a dude.
Hey, oh, no, I didn't hear all that.
I
heard it was Michelle. That's all I want. That's my new
He
move.
called her name, but when Michelle said yes, sir.
Listen,
I was like, y'all know y'all done heard that. I'm like, now Cat Williams is a mess. Cat Williams is a mess. When can you honestly address people like Doug? It empowers them when they go low. You ignore the foolishness. Karma is going to look those people up. I'm just gonna say this. Do y'all think he actually accidentally cut on Instagram Live?
You want me to be honest?
Yes.
Can I be honest?
Because I don't.
I'm gonna be honest. What I think he did. I think that happened purposely. I'm just saying because, and this is my opinion, and I could be wrong. And I don't want to mess nothing up if we ever get a deal. But Shannon Sharpe, that hurt him about him saying he was gay. That bothered Shannon. And whether people don't understand that or not, because you do look at that, you looking at, I'm just saying, being honest, how you look at stuff with entertainers and how you a guest man is gay. He a bachelor, but he got kids.
Okay, gay men have kids.
And that's what I'm saying.
I know gay men who have kids.
But that's what I'm saying. But
and in marriages.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but you looking at him as a bachelor. Shannon Sharpe is the hottest thing far as right now going on these shows.
His show is good.
When you look at George Clooney, you never had no question with George Clooney gay or not. You never hear that come up about him. You know why? Because you were saying George Clooney was with this actress, this, and that. And it's looking. Shannon might be just a reserved person. He don't want his business out there.
I think what people thought he was gay, not for the women he dated, how his moves were. When he jumped out at that, what's that wine place with that purse? They was the comedians was killing him on that.
When he was hanging with
his voice,
his designer, the dude that was dressing him, Hollywood.
I like Shay. Don't get me wrong.
No, the dude that was dressing him, Hollywood, he was gay. You was showing up to the Lakers game, sitting courtside with a, you know what I'm saying? There's no knock, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, but that's when
the man purses.
Yeah, and the comedians started knocking him like, dude, and it was some players like you showing up to a Lakers game with somebody that's gay. You know what I'm saying? That's out. It just looks strange. You know what I'm saying? To people who not.
Heterosexual men can be and are friends with gay men. Gay does not jump off on you, go hang with a heterosexual man.
But he felt some type of way when the comedians started, that's what they started teasing him about. And as you can see, he ended up getting rid of my man, the dude that was, was doing that. He let him go, but he was showing up with him to this, and it just looked, I'm just saying what it is, how it looked. And the comedians towing to his butt. To me, he's like trying to prove that he's not. That's what I thought that was.
And I agree with you. I think that that's what it is too, because he has been for months getting dragged that he was gay. And my thing, I've always said that stay out of people's bedrooms because they are you don't know what it's a very private and intimate moment. But submit to me. You know what type of I was like, is Shay talking trash like that? So I don't know. No one knows who Michelle was. Chris K. Usually they won't hang with them, Tonya. Chris, I think, and thank you for your service in the military too, because Chris Caleb is a veteran. You have some friends who have been guy friends in packs, and they've been friends, and they knew something was a little odd about them. And then for them to come out and like, man, I'm gay. They'd be like, oh, dog, some men, real men who aren't, it doesn't bother them. They don't care. If you my dog, that's just what it is. And it's the same I've shared with people. I have a friend, she told me like an hour and a half on my way to North Carolina that she had a partner. And I think she, they had built the house. She's an engineer. She's a veteran, actually. And she was like, I need you to know this. And I said, I'm thinking it's a health issue or something, And she's like, I have a partner. I said, okay.
But don't be, you can tell, it's telltale signs. And I remember my mother used to tell me that, even listening to my granny, that you can tell sign when you're not seeing a woman with no kids, no man around. You know what I'm saying? It's like what we see. It's just the laws of nature. You're going to see cats running with cats, dogs running with dogs, birds running with birds.
She dated men.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but when you don't see it, or a kid, you seeing a man around. Like you see a male, he a bachelor.
But here is my thing. When to be tormented inside, to know you aren't kind of like going through the motions or whatever, and her what she considers to be her life partner is a woman. And they have a great relationship. Right. They have a great relationship. But I didn't like that she couldn't share that with me. I'm her friend. I'm not judging her. I'm gonna be your friend unless you're a killer or something, But
we friends with some killers.
Listen, really.
See, I'm just saying, being honest.
Yeah, people who have changed their life around.
I don't knock nobody with they do. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you do. I just don't force your stuff onto me. All I'm saying, like
you can't force gay onto somebody. If you gay, you gay.
No, what I'm talking about is, as far as you're not finna be doing all that playing with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's never generally done like that. Gay men or don't.
I'm not gonna get off into that. I don't care.
I don't like that gay men or gay women. It's her friend. I wish she had felt comfortable enough to share with me. I wish she had to say, hey, I have a and I'm like, because it's not. Look, I love her. I love her mate for her, and they're fun. you know, and I stay out. I have a lot of gay friends. I mean, I know a lot of people. My phone has got over 2,000 contacts in my phone. And so my thing is, y'all stay out what I'm doing. I'm gonna stay out what y'all doing. Okay. Okay. That's what I'm saying. I think your private life has to be your private life. And for y'all, I am a heterosexual woman. So let's be clear.
It's just
but
I ain't gonna put no tape on. That was more when he knocked the shot. I just felt
was
like
that
got
he
to
was
him. He let that get to him.
and so he did that.
He trying to, cause like you say, how you not gonna have? You know what I'm saying? You not.
I don't even have Instagram because my kids was like, "Ma'am." My daughter, they call me "ma'am" when they try to tell me what "ma'am."
And do you know you have to tap
yeah,
on
that's
to
what
go
I'm saying,
live.
all the different stuff, right? You got to do a couple steps.
Yeah, it's like it's not like that. It's just, to me, he just wanted to prove like that to the world. Because what the first thing he put out there, Cat said, "I ain't talking about you gay now."
Cat Williams did say he ain't gay today.
Today, right? But
yeah.
But that thing, right? Like, it's still gonna be, to me. It was just like, whatever a person think, let them think of you. That's how I feel. Whatever it is.
Yeah, listen, people say everything about you, and at this point, you know, politics gets you prepared for the thicker skin. My best conversation about politics, if you can't survive politics on the front porch of the Golden Leaf Club, you can't survive politics. Because I've been there on that porch for over 20 years, talk mad crap to people. I mean, but they support me. You know, I walk in, they be like, Sherman and I take Lottie to vote. That's me and Lottie. Lottie go vote. She'll call me. Lottie doesn't drive. I pick her up because I'm taking care of my community.
Just look how they play me that like I'm Hugh Hefner of podcast. I done slept with every. I was just saying, not that I'm saying, but I'm.
Do they?
Yeah, I done mess with everybody, all the women at 18. I'd be laughing.
They said me.
Oh, come on, I cut it out. You know, you went to Ashley. They didn't put everyone on me.
I didn't know that.
I be, because I don't care. It just I be laughing when I hear it. I'll be like,
well, let me be the first one to say it. Me and Mickey have never had anything. It has always been a business relationship. I mean, that's it.
It just be funny though, because but I get it, because sometimes they feel like you'll get. Let's just be honest. Males are we try to shoot at anything that'll give us a chance. But
I love Nikki.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but they don't know that. They don't know she be with me yet. But that's because people
even if she not. You don't play where you get your pay. If you don't know that rule, you don't play where you get your pay.
But you got to be able to handle that. That comes with any time if you're gonna do something. Just look how they took Tabitha Smiley down. You got to thank Chris Matthews, because stuff like that do happen in the workforce. Let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but people having a contract that you cannot mess with,
But that's why I think it get tricky, because I done seen teachers who done married each other.
Yeah, listen.
It's like, how can you put that?
You find love where you find love, and stay out of people's bedrooms, because y'all don't want to know. We didn't want to know all that about Shay Shay.
Hey, listen, I got Shay Shay.
We didn't want to know all of that.
He didn't revise some things.
What was he grumbling like?
And I'm putting all
like
that
he sounded like a grizzly bear.
Hey, don't get mad at me, Nicole. I'm saying, Nicole, Shay Shay is on the way. I'm using a new Shay Shay.
He was grunting. I'm sorry. I can't wait to hear it. I ain't had time to see what all the comedians been saying. But
I'm telling you, that's some of my new moves. I'm gonna be there. Hey, Michelle, right there, Michelle. I'm gonna be Michelle. Yeah.
They was like, he need to do some cardio.
He need his ass, man. Hey, y'all gonna leave Shay Shay alone.
I was 25 minutes.
That let you know he was working. Shay Shay was giving his best.
Did they put out the full audio?
Yeah, I hollered what I got. It said to me, and that's when I said, Shay Shay, he just became my new guy right there, Shay Shay. I'm finna.
So that's supposed to be like in the men's club.
Yeah,
but that's what the women, we don't need to know.
I gotta get my talking together now. I'm gonna be right there, Nicole, right there.
You're gonna be having conversations with Nikki.
Yes, no.
You might need to talk to her.
I'm gonna be like, yes, right there.
I have not heard the whole audio.
It's terrible.
But I think he put it out there too, because he wanted to dispel the fact. when they was doing the memes with him jumping out at that wine place with that bag, that he had that olive green outfit on with that orange bag and his tennis shoes.
Oh yeah, that
man, they dragged him. Everybody was jumping out
when he came back with them.
I go to the wine place.
Yeah, but they didn't understand that bag
Oh my
is
God.
down there a couple $100,000 that he got. He ain't wearing no like people,
Yeah, style is a different thing.
Yeah,
some men are into style.
Yeah.
And they would call it, I remember about 15 metrosexual, maybe 20 years ago. The men who would go, I think that was the word about 20 in Atlanta. They would get their nails done and their, pedicures and to get facials. And we go to Atlanta. I ain't been in a couple of years, but we would go there at least twice a year, because of family. And then COVID really slowed things down. But the word metrosexual was those are the men who are heterosexual, but they like to take care of their body and their nails and their face. And they work out in the gym. I mean, now I'm gonna tell you, some of these men, look, they got some fine bodies. I'm not that. Listen, it takes some time. It's like they sculpt their bodies.
That's why I'm in the gym and I show, so I get ready for gym.
Yeah, but men like them BBLs on these women. Some of them like, but they say when them thighs don't match that BBL, but when the thighs don't match, I'm like
misappropriated.
That part.
Like
you got these skinny legs and you got this. You'll be like, what? Where did you get that at?
They getting them BBLs like that ARPA money going every which way to the right place. I love you, women. Listen,
you do what you do to make you happy. I'm 55. Okay, what you see is what you get with me. What you see is what you get. I do look. It is. I did start walking, and I'll be honest with people. I've been borderline diabetic for over 10 years, so I have had a weight loss. I've talked about menopause, but my menopause wasn't like everybody else's. I didn't have like putting your head in the freezer. I didn't have the night sweats. I had weight gain. And I had some hair loss. And so now that I'm coming out of it, my body is changing again. But my pictures when I'm younger, I mean, you couldn't tell a sister nothing. No, but I was always a mom with, and had kids. And I'm like, I don't care what size my body is. When I was it's what God gave me. And I am confident and secure in my own skin and my own body. I don't care what people say. I gave birth to 3 children, and I didn't get any. I take it back. I didn't get any. I did take epidural. No, epidural I got one at 9. The middle child, I got an epidural at 9 because I got stuck. I had nothing so much as an aspirin with him. And I had to, because I got stuck at 9. And so when you have your body go through changes, somebody kicking you up in your heart, your liver, your kidneys, and resting on your spine and doing flips. And my kids were active babies. They were active. And so your body has to prepare when you have a child. Somebody teach y'all sex education. A woman's body has to prepare. And it's not easy. So anyways, I'm happy with whatever I am. Okay. Thank God for leggings and stretch pants. Stretch pants, what they call?
They ain't meant for everybody. I'm just gonna say that.
Listen. But I do have a trainer, and so again, I moved I live in the college house. Ain't no room for a workout room in the college house. I've been there for almost 10 years. I was living in Chicago. I need a workout room. I almost want the other house because it's got a workout room in it that I put together and had built. I'm like, can I get custody of the workout room still? But I don't believe in sending mixed messages here. But I do have a trainer, so I will be working. I don't want to lose everything. I just want to lose my middle section where I had a fibroid that was removed of a size of a 32-week-old fetus with some others. And I'm going to talk about that one day and have a panel of women to talk about endometriosis. I know Taylor Simpson had shared she had it, and to talk about how it affects Black women and fibroids. Over 80% of Black women have fibroids. And so to share the awareness to get checked, and there's certain things you can do, and take care of them early because you want to have children. I thought I would never have children because of endometriosis. I never used birth control, but that was God's why them kids made it here. But I did have miscarriages. I had 2. So
Lord, this turning into pole talk. Go ahead, sister.
that is not pole talk. Listen, I could get in on that conversation. Now let me quit.
Yeah, you better quit.
Look, I better quit. But listen, I will be sharing that. So if women love your body, love your hair, and as Black women, they want to talk about our hair, our lips, our butts, and our, it's all the things that people going to pay to get. They paying to get the butts, they paying to get the lips, they wearing cornrows. It is the Black culture, what we Black women that were taunted growing up. Our hair texture, your lips so big. Look at your butt. Okay, Anyways, Mickey, I don't know how this conversation, it just over here. Well, you do call her. Well, he's talking to us.
That's
So listen.
Something else right there.
Okay, and I didn't took my glasses off. So
that grown folk talk right there. That's grown folk talk right
there. And I want to say for no name, the young man in his ministry. God bless you. Me and him had a really good conversation this week. We did, and he's trying to do some things for Flint. And I appreciate that. Sheena says, I have endometriosis. I don't put up what she put because I can't read it. I didn't take my glasses off. Just read it for me out loud, Mickey, please.
I have NDOPCOS, had to go through a surgery and all.
Oh, see? So that's endometriosis.
Yeah, I couldn't pronounce that. Only went to the
and the pain that you have for years.
I
and so,
never know.
Sheena, thank you for sharing because it is things that we have. We feel so isolated to not share, and it's like in our culture we don't share things that we're going through. I literally thought I would never have children. Literally, and I was told that. I remember sitting after 5 specialists told me that, and I was sitting at the doctor's office, Dr. Phillip, I forget his last name, and I had the dye test done that showed that my fallopian tubes were completely blocked, and I had cysts. It was just had a lot going. Oh, thank you for put that up. Yeah, and so, but for people to get help, and to talk about it, because it is 80% of women do have fibroids, and black women. So if you are watching, if you could please donate to Cash App $810 News Media Group. I could not do this show without Mickey and without the donations of all of you who are viewing and tuning in. So if you could donate to Cash App $810 News Media Group. We need your funds so that we can continue to bring independent news to you that would otherwise be buried, not talked about. Flint is not unique to what has happened in Flint. We know that any place there is an urban population or urban community that these type of issues happen. Let's say, for instance, the water crisis. We had it happen in Maryland had one. Jackson, Mississippi had an issue. Was not Bridgeport, Benton Harbor. So if it's $5, if it's $10, if it's $50, if you're feeling extremely gracious, $100, or if you want to be the king of the queen of donate, you can donate $1,000. I do not get paid any money for being here. I do it so that the community has a voice. I read y'all comments just like Eunice. I'm like, let me, express to Eunice what's going on, because I want to tell you we got goofy rules. And so to make sure, we need y'all support, whether you live in Flint, whether you're in Atlanta, whether you're in Minnesota, California, Chicago, North Carolina, whether you are in Florida, whether you're in Texas, wherever you are at, please know that we appreciate. If it's $5, we have 137 people that's on here now. If each person donated $5, Cash App $810 News Media Group. Any and everything is appreciated because we bring this. I don't get paid for it. It takes some time to prepare and have videos to make sure what I'm saying matches up with, that he did get $30,000, and making sure there is a run of show. Now, yes, I get distracted. I was not going to talk about Shay Shay. But Shay was putting in some work, what they said.
What I'm telling you, that's my new uncle.
So if you, whatever you can donate, because I enjoy, this is kind of like a therapy, so that when I take your critical, your critical comments, I take your positive comments. And what I do is take them to say, what can I do as a council person, be a better council person and a better representative for the city of Flint? And so I take it all in. Will I satisfy 100% of the people? Not going to happen. It's not going to happen. What I do know and what I will do and what my commitment is to serve the people. I have a commitment to serve the people and letting them know information. Without podcasts like these, there's a lot of things we wouldn't know. I remember Mays when he started on the radio doing his show. He's like, well, come on and do mine afterwards. But I listened to support his when he was on 98.9. And having these shows to get out information, it is important because we know that issues happen. Say my name, Javion McGee, that my platform can be used to help other people platforms. Say his name, Javion McGee was hung in a tree with a rope around his neck in Henderson, North Carolina this week. And his family, they haven't even released the body. They wouldn't even let the family see the body, I think, as of yesterday. So say his name, Javion McGee. We are having Black people hung in trees in the South. In the South. So the money does not go to me. It goes to keep the lights on so we can have equipment that works, basic stuff. Tonya Burns does not receive any salary, no funds, none at all. It don't even go to an account that's got my name on it. Nothing goes to me. Nothing. So, because I'm going to be out there looking for that billionaire, y'all. Don't let me quit. Anyways, listen, whatever you can donate, we would greatly appreciate it. So it's Cash App, $810 News Media Group. And while y'all on here, click like and share. Click like, hit that like button. Just hit that like button, y'all. I need y'all to hit that like button so that you can boost our algorithm so we can boost it out. I need you to hit the click, like, and share to boost that algorithm. We need to have that out so that it'll push out to other ones. Just hit the like, just lay on that like, just be da 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 da. Y'all just look, just hit it, 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 hit it. Y'all need to just keep hitting it. And then there's there's PayPal at 810 News Media Group. The PayPal name is at 810 News Media Group. He just tagged it in there. And so it helps me to bring information out to my residents of Flint.
I said he was found sitting at the base of the tree, Tonya. That's what Miss Eunice Jackson said the guy was.
I had heard that he was hung.
Okay, well, she said she had read the story. Said he had it around his neck.
At the base, the rope was around his neck. Yeah. Okay.
Well, he was found sitting at the base of
Henderson, North Carolina. Yeah. Okay. And so we thank you, Eunice. I didn't take my glasses off. Yeah. Thank you, Eunice. And so I take in information. Thank you. And I like who sent an exonerated, I forget his name, about that, the settlement. The exonerated file. Farron. Yeah. You know, because we have to listen, if your voice wasn't so important, they would not be trying to take your vote. They would not. So donate, $810 News Media Group. So I am going to head out here. We'll be over at Simmons Square, 1:00. It'll be fellowshipping, talking with the people. Come grab something to eat. Look, if you're around, let's just chop it up. Hey, Jazz! Sorry, because she worked down there at the oh gosh, where y'all was just at.
She ain't come visit us. I'm mad at her.
Well, she love y'all.
I don't know.
She love everybody.
I don't know. She got to put.
She's one of my favorite residents.
She got to put it in good word, and I feel different.
Well, I'm quite sure y'all will be down there again.
And you know it.
I know you will. So make sure your house will bring Tuesday, 6:00 to 7:30. Please make sure you were there. And then today it's Carol McIntosh. If you can be there to support her and to support the residents. And I just want to chop it up with some people. You know, let's have some face-to-face conversations. So I do want to say, Sarah Burley's on Go Blue. I'm gonna get off of here. But y'all, if y'all could please donate, even if it's $5, it counts. Every dime counts. We appreciate your support today and every day during this time. And we saying go blue, but go blue got killed by Texas last week. They got, yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. Okay. All right. Look, I love each and every one of y'all. And for spending your time with me, make sure you take some time to do something great in your neighborhood. As time journeys, no, who would say love your mother? Love your mother. Love your mother, hug your brother, teach your sister how to be a lady. That used to be one of the DJs.
I don't know.
Anyways, love your brother, kiss your mother, teach your sister how to be a lady. I like that still. That's still relevant. Yes, I'm borrowing. I can't remember which DJ said that, but it would be on Flint Radio. You know, and we need to do that because some of these girls, whoo, when you twerking naked and then jump up on a police car, come on. Who daughter was that? Who niece was that? Couldn't have been my daughter or niece. I knew about it. That's when you grab them by the hair. But I tell you, out here butt naked, acting a fool. Why are you hitting me? Because you still acting stupid. Anyways, I love y'all all. Look, enjoy your weekend. Come over and talk with us. You know, come get a burger, come get a hot dog, come fellowship with us over at Simmons Square off of Stedron Street, behind the Hamilton Clinic, off of Clio Road. Off of Clio Road. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful and donate. Please, Cash App 810 News Media Group $. Thanks. Peace.